Coming up ahead in this episode of Xtalks Spotlight.
When you think about the sites that are actually engaged with patients, the number of systems that they're having to deal with, we believe that there's an option here to sort of consolidate that very sort of best-of-breed landscape and bring not only ease of use from the site and the other stakeholder perspective, but really streamline the operational elements of the reconciliation of that data.
Hello, and welcome to Xtalks Spotlight, illuminating insights from subject matter experts and industry thought leaders. I'm Sonia Hunt. In this episode, we're exploring a critical question. Are best-of-breed point solutions enough, or is your clinical research ready for a unified data experience?
As clinical trials become increasingly complex, so do the data challenges faced by sponsors and CROs. The rise in data volume and variety is exposing the limitations of using fragmented point solutions across the trial lifecycle. And by relying on such isolated tools for data capture, we inadvertently introduce inefficiencies, integration issues, and potential risk. In this Xtalks Spotlight edition, I spoke with Wayne Walker, Senior Vice President of Data Experience at Medidata. During our discussion, Wayne detailed the concept of a unified clinical trial data experience, an AI-driven approach that spans study build, data acquisition, management, and delivery. Together, we explored how this model supports faster study timelines, reduces operational burden, and delivers database lock-ready data more efficiently. Thank you for taking the time for this Spotlight interview, Wayne.
Yeah, thanks for the opportunity. Really looking forward to the conversation.
So to start, how is the clinical trial data landscape changing, and what challenges are sponsors and CROs facing because of it?
In sort of clinical research in general, the amount of data has exploded pretty much over the last sort of 6 to 7 years, and it's all with a point of getting closer to the source. And that source could be directly from sort of electronic systems that already captured that data. It could be using technology to get closer to the patient. And that explosion has really caused challenges around the sort of siloed elements of this data and how we derive meaning, how we manage the increased velocity and volume, and sort of break down those silos. And those have really caused us challenges as an industry. When you add to that, the complexity of the study designs has increased over time, and everybody is under pressure to do sort of more with less and sort of bring in timelines. It's really caused a lot of challenges in that area. And then lastly, when you add on the sort of regulatory complexity that is increased based on the sort of innovation in technology that has been used in clinical research, these are all challenges that us as an industry are really trying to wrap our arms around.
And Wayne, what are the biggest limitations you see with using multiple best-of-breed point solutions across the trial data lifecycle?
There's a couple of elements to that. One is, again, the data silos that brings with it, but then it also brings complexity to the other stakeholders in clinical research. When you think about the sites that are actually engaged with patients, the number of systems that they're having to deal with really increases. And they're already having great demands put on their time, and we want them to spend more time with the patient. The other area is the reconciliation of all that data when you're looking at best of breed. That increases sort of operational resources that are required to manage all of these sort of best of breed capabilities. So these really have caused challenges. We believe that there's an option here to sort of consolidate that very sort of best of breed landscape and bring not only ease of use from the site and the other stakeholder perspective, but really streamline the operational elements of the reconciliation of that data.
Now, what exactly does a unified data experience mean in practice? And how is it different from simply integrating multiple tools?
There's two areas of integration. One is to reduce the duplication in data collection, right? So that's more of a point-to-point type of integration. If a site is entering data in an eCRF, but they're also having to randomize a patient, they're often entering both of those the same data in both of those systems. So there's a duplication of effort there. I think that until people consolidate the technology that's used, there's always going to be that sort of integration that's needed to try and save time for the sites. But then from the data experience perspective, what we see as truly being a data experience is putting technology to sort of integrate all of those data sources. And then as soon as that data is aggregated on a platform, treating that data as if it's like a first-class citizen, whether it was organically collected in that platform or whether it were another technology was used and then it's brought into that sort of aggregated data. So the stakeholders that are asked to integrate and manage all of that data are really seeing a single unified patient data set from which they can perform the tasks, whether it be on our platform or if it's another technology from another provider. Things like if you need to create queries, no matter what the source system is, you should be able to actually conduct that from that single unified data experience.
And when it comes to AI and automation, how are they enhancing the clinical data process in a unified platform model, starting from study build all the way through to database lock?
We've long been trying to crack the nut of automating and leveraging AI to perform study build activities. That nut this year has been cracked, at least on the Medidata platform, and you'll see that extend beyond just things like edit checks and things like that. You'll see like a full sort of study build being conducted by the consumption of the protocol, the automated build of the eCRFs and the edits and the testing, et cetera, et cetera. So that's one massive area that is going to bear a lot of fruit in the shortening the timelines of that study build process. But there are other areas more in the operational elements of clinical research that AI is helping us, whether it be in medical coding that we've done for years. So we have a great training data set that can be used to automate that coding, whether it be in lesion detection, whether it be in anomaly detection, whether it be in things like transformation, whether it be in reconciliation that we've talked about, really looking at the sort of AE-ConMed reconciliation and leveraging AI to automate those tasks. So these are all AI-driven activities that are going to really streamline the operational stakeholders' activities when they perform their daily tasks. And we've done a great job of using AI in that realm. What we're looking at now is it goes beyond that, right? So we've leveraged AI on activities that are performed today. What we're looking at is similar to in drug discovery, AI has really overhauled how drug discovery is performed. We're looking at how we can use AI to actually conduct the operational execution of clinical research, not just include AI on the tasks that people are doing today. And that's going to be the great leap in leveraging AI and how we modify how we do things today. And really, when we reach that point, that's when we'll really hit the ground running and be more streamlined and get true treatments and drugs to patients quicker.
And to wrap up, what should sponsors and CROs do to ensure that their data strategy and supporting technology are future ready?
I think most of them are on this journey, right? They're realizing that the days of maybe eCRF data and some lab data are long gone. So they really need to accelerate that strategy because we're living that here and now. So you've got to select technology that is interoperable in nature. Not only the single transactions that reduce duplication in data collection, but also technology that can aggregate that data in an industrial fashion and actually present that unified patient data set. So those are two areas. Making the most of AI and automation is essential to reach the potential of AI in clinical research. And then look for partners. I think that any organization that is looking to really improve their performance and efficiency can't interact with on a vendor by vendor basis, can't interact with like on a transactional technology solution. They've got to look for a partner that can be with them for the long haul, can actually sit side by side to reach the potential of their data strategy, operational strategy, efficiency strategy within their organizations.
Well, thank you very much, Wayne, for speaking with us today. We really appreciate your time and insights.
Yeah, that was fun. Really enjoyed it, and thanks for the time.
We look forward to learning more about how Medidata is helping sponsors and CROs accelerate trials through a more unified, intelligent data experience. Thank you all for joining us for this Xtalks Spotlight feature. We hope you enjoyed the discussion.